5, 3, 9.
The sweet serenade of numbers? Welcome, dear listeners, to the enigmatic world of shortwave radio. The eerie voice you just heard is not your sleep-deprived brain playing tricks on you. No, it's a snippet from the world's most mysterious radio broadcast and the heart of today's deep dive, the Conet Project. This isn't your grandma's bedtime story radio show. It's a collection of cryptic recordings that have baffled and fascinated enthusiasts for decades. And if you thought your Spotify playlist was eclectic, wait till you hear this. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about some old radio recordings? Well, first off, how dare you?
How dare you?
But more importantly, the Conet Project isn't just a relic from the past. It's a testament to the lengths humans will go to keep secrets, and to even greater lengths others will go to uncover them. This collection has been the subject of countless debates, conspiracy theories, and probably a few sleepless nights. Its significance? Immense. Its intrigue? Off the charts. And its purpose? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Strap in, folks. We're about to embark on a journey into the heart of one of radio's greatest mysteries. And trust me, it's going to be a wild ride. So, fresh off that eerie introduction, let's dive deeper into the rabbit hole, shall we? The Conet Project, for those of you who might have been living under a rock, or perhaps just too engrossed in the latest pop hits, made its debut in 1997. 97. A time when the Spice Girls ruled the charts and the internet was still a baby. But amidst the pop culture chaos, this collection of cryptic recordings emerged, capturing the attention of radio enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. Curated meticulously by Akin Fernandez, this wasn't just a random endeavor. He spent years tuning into these mysterious broadcasts, capturing them for posterity. And just when you thought it was fading into obscurity, bam! The 15th anniversary edition hit the shelves, complete with an extra CD and a booklet, because why not keep the mystery alive? Now, let's talk content. This isn't just a random assortment of numbers and static. Oh no, it's a veritable smorgasbord of languages, tones, and sounds. From English to Russian, from synthesized voices to actual human ones, from beeps to full-blown musical tunes, the Conet Project has it all. And the variety? Mind-boggling. Some stations sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie, while others could easily be mistaken for a board operator reading out numbers. But that's the beauty of it. Each recording, each station, has its own unique flavor, its own story to tell. Fernandez once said, "It's the voices of the Cold War. It's the voices of every spy movie you've ever seen." And trust me, once you start listening, it's hard to stop. It's like potato chips, but for your ears. Now, I'd love to regale you with tales of my own personal experience with the Conet Project. Picture this, a young me in the middle of night, headphones on, lights off, diving into the world of number stations. No secret missions, no decoding messages in dimly lit rooms, just pure, unadulterated fascination. But here's the thing, the Conet Project isn't just about the recordings, it's about the emotions they evoke, and the questions they raise. Why were these broadcasts made? Who were they for? And most importantly, what do they mean? It's a puzzle, a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. And while we may never have all the answers, the journey, the quest for understanding, is what makes it all worthwhile. So, whether you're a seasoned radio enthusiast or just someone looking for a new auditory thrill, the Conet Project is a treasure trove waiting to be explored. Dive in, let your imagination run wild, and who knows, maybe you'll uncover a secret or two along the way. Or, just enjoy some really cool radio recordings. Either way, it's a win-win. From the enigmatic depths of the Conet Project, we transition into the broader, equally mysterious realm of number stations. Number stations, those ethereal voices from the void, broadcasting their cryptic messages to, well, who knows? Let's embark on this journey, shall we? The history of number stations is as shadowy as the broadcast themselves. These radio stations, often characterized by sequences of spoken numbers, musical tunes, or other odd sounds, reached their zenith during the Cold War era. Picture this, a world divided, superpowers playing their high-stakes game of chess, and amidst this geopolitical tension, their airwaves hummed with the secret codes of spies. It's like a John le Carré novel, but with more static. While the Cold War has long ended, we've traded our Walkmans for Wi-Fi. These stations didn't just fade into the annals of history. No, they persisted, their purpose and patrons remaining shrouded in secrecy. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the shadowy figure lurking in the corner. Intelligence agencies. It's widely believed, though rarely confirmed, that these stations are the tools of spooks and spies. The world's intelligence agencies, from the CIA to the KGB and everyone in between, have been suspected of using these stations to communicate with their operatives in the field. And the best part? Almost no one admits to it. It's like a global game of Clue, but instead of Colonel Mustard in a library with a candlestick, it's Agent X in a safe house with a shortwave radio. The allure of number stations lies in their anonymity. In a world where every email can be traced and every phone call intercepted, the old-school charm of radio broadcasts offer a cloak of invisibility. Enter the Lincolnshire Poacher. Not just a catchy folk tune, but also one of the most iconic number stations out there. As the signature melody, reminiscent of the English countryside, was followed by the strings of numbers readout in a crisp, clear voice. But here's where it gets juicy. Whispers in the dark corridors of espionage suggest that this station was run by none other than the British Secret Service, originating from the hallowed grounds of Bletchley Park and later moving to exotic locales like Cyprus and Guam. This station kept its transmissions alive until 2008. And while the British government has been tight-lipped about it, the Lincolnshire Poacher has become the stuff of legend in the number station community. The allure of number station isn't just in their cryptic broadcast, but in their historical and geopolitical tapestry they weave. For instance, during the height of the Cuban Missile Crisis, radio enthusiasts reported a spike in the activity of these stations, suggesting a frenzied exchange of covert messages. Similarly, the fall of the Berlin Wall saw a brief lull in some stations, only for them to return with renewed vigor, adapting to the New World Order. Historian and radio enthusiast Dr. Lyle Simmons once remarked, "Number stations are the auditory remnants of the world steeped in secrecy. They're like the Rosetta Stone of the Cold War, waiting to be deciphered." This sentiment is echoed by many in the community, who view these broadcasts as a direct line to some of the most pivotal moments in modern history. Take, for example, the Attention station, which in the 90s became infamous for its role in the WASP network spy ring. Operatives were caught red-handed with decoded messages from this very station, proving its significance in real-world espionage. Or consider the Gongs or Chimes station, which, according to decrypted messages from defectors, played a crucial role in the Soviets' intelligence operations in Western Europe. These stations, with their seemingly innocuous number sequences and melodies, were the unsung heroes, or villains, depending on where you stood, of many geopolitical dramas. They served as the backdrop to defections, covert operations, and even potential nuclear confrontations. And while the digital age might offer some sophisticated means of communication, the raw, analog charm of number station and the history they embody remains unparalleled. Transitioning from the historical backdrop of number stations, we now delve into the shadowy realm of conspiracies and theories, because, let's face it, what's a mysterious radio broadcast without a good old conspiracy theory to spice things up? First on the docket is the ever-popular espionage theory. Now, while it might sound like something straight out of a James Bond movie, there's actually a fair bit of evidence to back this up. Numerous declassified documents and testimonies from former intelligence officers have hinted at the use of number stations for covert communications. The very nature of these broadcasts, their anonymity, their global reach, and the impossibility of tracing a listener makes them ideal for this purpose. And let's not forget our friends from the WASP network who were literally caught with their radios tuned in. If that doesn't scream spy stuff, I don't know what does. But, of course, where there's one theory, there are a dozen more waiting in the wings. Some suggest that number stations are the communication channel of choice for international criminal syndicates. After all, if it's good enough for spies, it's good enough for mobsters, right? These theories often point to sudden spikes in broadcasts coinciding with major heists or illicit deals. While this theory might lack the hard evidence of the espionage angle, it certainly adds another layer of intrigue to the mix. Then there's the decoy theory. Some believe that many of these stations are merely elaborate ruses, designed to keep eavesdroppers busy while the real communications happens elsewhere. It's the old magician's trick, distract with one hand while the other does the work. Could intelligence agencies really be investing time and resources into sending out gibberish, just to throw off their adversaries? It sounds far-fetched, but in the high-stakes game of international espionage, is anything truly off the table? Of course, for every theory grounded in some semblance of reality, there are others that are, well, let's just call them imaginative. Alien communications, time travelers sending messages to their past selves, or even interdimensional beings trying to reach out. The list is as endless as it is entertaining. But hey, who we are to judge? After all, in a world where a number station exists, maybe it's the most outlandish theories that are close to the truth.
You serious?
Emerging from the labyrinth of theories and conspiracies, we now find ourselves at the heart of the enigma, the quest to decode the mystery. While the allure of number stations lies largely in their obscurity, there have been genuine attempts to pierce the veil and understand the truth behind these cryptic broadcasts. Central to our understanding of number station is the Conet project. This comprehensive collection of recordings has provided invaluable insights into the world of shortwave radio broadcasts. Researchers and enthusiasts have pored over these recordings, analyzing patterns, frequencies, and languages. While the Conet project has shed light on the operational aspects of these stations, the true nature of their messages remains elusive. But hey, if everything was laid out in plain sight, where would be the fun? Enter the one-time pads, or OTPs. These seemingly innocuous sheets of paper hold the key to the number station impenetrability. The OTP system, in its sheer simplicity, is a masterclass in secure communication. Each pad contains a unique set of codes, used once and then destroyed, ensuring that messages remain confidential. It's like the Snapchat of the espionage world, but with way higher stakes. The beauty of the OTP lies in its unbreakability. Even with the most advanced decryption tools, without the corresponding pad, the messages are just gibberish. And let's be honest, there's something oddly satisfying about a piece of paper outsmarting the most sophisticated tech. However, this very strength of the OTPs presents a formidable challenge. How do you decode a message when the key to it has been destroyed? It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with half the pieces missing. Many have tried, and all have been left stumped. The OTPs ensure that the true purpose and messages of these stations remain locked away, accessible only to their intended recipients. It's the ultimate you had to be there scenario. But here's the kicker, while we may never truly decode the messages, the allure of the number station goes beyond mere words. In a world where everything seems to be just Google search away, number station remind us that there are still mysteries out there waiting to be discovered. As we emerge from the depths of history and cryptographic wonder, one might wonder, pun absolutely intended, why on earth would these ancient relics of radio communication still be relevant in our age of quantum computing and end-to-end encryption? Ah, dear listener, that's where the plot thickens. In a world dominated by the digital, the analog has a peculiar way of clinging on, proving its resilience and, dare I say, its timeless charm. Firstly, let's address the elephant in the room. With our fancy smartphones and military-grade encryption, why would anyone in their right mind resort to broadcasting cryptic messages over the airwaves? Well, for starters, number stations offer a level of anonymity that's hard to match. In the vast expanse of the shortwave spectrum, pinpointing a specific broadcaster or listener is like finding a needle in a haystack. And let's not forget, while our digital communications can be traced, intercepted, and potentially hacked, a shortwave radio transmission leaves no such digital footprint. It's a perfect blend of old-school cool and practicality. Plus, there's no risk of forgetting your password or getting locked out of your account. Then there's the idea of number stations serving as a backup. Think about it, in the event of a massive digital blackout or cyber attack, most of our modern communication tools would be rendered useless. But good old radio, it'll keep chugging along, unfazed. Number stations, with their global reach and simplicity, could serve as a lifeline, a beacon in the digital darkness. It's like keeping a landline phone in the age of mobiles, outdated perhaps, but reliable. But let's not ignore the theatrical aspect of it all. Maintaining number station, even if they're not actively used for espionage, serves to keep the aura of mystery alive. It's a constant reminder that beneath the surface, the game of cat and mouse continues. It's a nod to the past, a wink to the enthusiast, and perhaps a subtle message to adversaries, we're still here, and we got the tricks up our sleeves. It's all very James Bond, minus the martinis. The Conet project, with its vast collection of recordings, serves as a testament to human curiosity. It's a relic of a bygone era, yet it remains as relevant and intriguing as ever. These recordings, with their synthesized voices, eerie tunes, and strings of numbers, have become a part of global folklore. They're a reminder that in our world, filled with information at our fingertips, there are still mysteries that elude our grasp. And isn't that just a tad frustrating? But also oh so deliciously tantalizing. And on that note, for those of you hungry for more tales of the unknown and intricate tapestry of history, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the Den of Unknown. And hey, while you're at it, give that bell icon a good old click. We'd love to hear your thoughts, theories, or even wild speculations. Dive into the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, friends.